everybody, and welcome to the Chamber of Skulls. So, we have today's special feature, which, if you watched either two of my first videos this evening, I mentioned that these skulls aren't your typical sculpted or sculptures. In fact, it's a little something out of the ordinary. As I mentioned in my update video, that it's in the measurement of the dog video that I made about a month ago, but it's in a whole different category, and now you guys can understand. So these here were another pieces that were donated to me by my best friend. He had these for me for, I don't know, I would probably say a couple of weeks, at least to my knowledge, prior to him giving them to me. He found them and he was going to give them to me, but I was busy trying to do stuff while I was up in the neighborhood. And he never got around to giving them to me by the time I left the neighborhood. And when I showed up the following week, we were finally able to get together, and he handed them to me. And it's one of those things. He told me he had a mug or a cup, and I wasn't sure what to expect, because I've actually got some drinkware from Skulls. I've got the smoky gray glasses. I've got a giant, well, not really a giant, but it's probably that big, solid glass cup. So when I heard that he's got a skull cup, I had no idea what to expect. And when he finally got a chance to give them to me, I was definitely surprised in a good way. And you can look at it, these were definitely hand painted. It's not something that just came out of a factory line, mass produced and thrown together. This is something that was very possibly hand created from start to finish. Each intricated line is unique. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's actually line work in the eyes. And I believe there's line work in the nose as well. And the lines are so, it's almost like a smoky gray in that black. Let's go ahead and we'll give you guys this one, and I'll take a look at this. So yeah, it's definitely like a smoky gray line work inside of there that it almost, not necessarily gives it depth. It's unique in its own way, and it's definitely supposed to be there. It's not like somebody took a Sharpie marker and wrote on there, or took a marker pen afterwards, because it's a glazed finish all the way through. So what the artist's intention on putting those lines in there, I really don't understand, but it's a unique piece. It's very possibly like a signature of that artist. Maybe it's something that they do just to identify that they're the ones that created it. So I want to give a special shout out to my best friend. You know who you are. I don't announce people's names on here unless I've previously been given permission. So a special shout out to you for donating these cups to the Chamber of Skull and to my personal collection especially. For everybody who has donated skulls to the Chamber of Skulls, I am very appreciative to any of you, to every one of you, not any of you. And if you wish to donate, I don't care what it is, it doesn't have to be skull related. As I've said in my updated video, if you want to give me something that just represents you, or represents where you're from. Or if in fact you see a skull online or a skull at your local store that you think would, you're like, can I talk tonight? No, I cannot. So if you see a skull, whether it's online or at your local store, and you would like to have it displayed here on the Chamber of Skulls, feel free to reach out to me. My email address will be in the description box. I'm not just going to freely give away my home address, and I haven't been doing this long enough to set up a P.O. box, nor have I had anybody actually come up to me from online services and ask where they can send stuff to. So I haven't gone through and set up a P.O. box. But if in fact you would like to send me something, go ahead and email me your request, and we'll figure out how to get your product to me. If you choose to do so, in the subject line in your email address, just go ahead and put Chamber of Skulls, so when I go through my emails, I won't skip over it or look at it as spam. So we're going to give you guys a quick 360 view on these things. Don't really have a whole lot of detail to go on these. It's really simple. It's very artistic. It's unique to the Chamber of Skulls collection, and nothing but a 360 viewing on these can really speak words. There's no hidden details in here. There's nothing majestic that I want to show to you guys that I need to point out. But I definitely now have an enemy skull to drink the blood out of. If you guys don't understand that little pun, I'm sorry for your loss. But until next time, you guys have a skulltastic week, and I will see you next time. Be safe.